Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakar Kadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well and who teach real, who taught us this 100% truth to push it throughout the four corners of the earth to gather the hopefully lit that's out there and to wake up the dry bones. Now, in today's video, we're going to get into the breakdown of Obadiah. And Obadiah is one of the smallest books because it's only one page in the Old Testament. And it's mainly about Esau Edom and the future of Esau Edom, the judgment of Esau Edom. You know, we're not gonna waste my time. We're gonna get straight to the point. Well, let me start off by saying this. Obadiah is one of them books. Let's say you got let's say we was in court and the judge asks you, how do you know this, and that? And the lawyer come with these with documents, you know, that points back to all the things you done did, you know, like your whole history. And what you're gonna see is when we read all this, by the time you get to the end of this breakdown, you're gonna know exactly who the Edomites are. It ain't gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Obadiah 1:1. And as you see the pre-heading, Edom will be humbled. Yeah, because Esau Edom is a very proud people. You know, I'm not gonna show you that by showing you a video that I had posted on my page. I can follow this page because I post more edifying clips and, you know, things of that nature on here. Let me get to the point. This is the pride of the Edomites.
Man, where?
He's
leaving. He doesn't live here.
You can't leave until I move, and I'm not ready
I,
to move.
I wasn't here but for 30 seconds. I walked in to pick up my daughter. Call who you're calling.
You're not supposed to stand or park in somebody's driveway. You
Ma'am,
were trespassing.
it's in front of a building. I did not know. My car was running. My car was running the entire time.
No, but I leased that.
Okay, that's fine. We didn't know that.
What apartment do you live in?
Don't worry about it. I did not know. I did not know. I didn't park in a handicap.
You don't know.
My car was running the whole time. I was here for less than 2 minutes.
So I can go to your house
I
and
walked
park in your
in.
driveway?
Ma'am, I already apologized. I already apologized. And when you're saying don't ma'am you, I'm trying to be respectful. I'm not doing anything else. I'm trying to back out. I picked up my daughter. I was here for 2 minutes.
Okay, I've been parked for 5. So you have.
Ma'am, you have not been parked for 5. You have not.
He just got here to pick up his daughter.
How long
from
have
my
you been
house.
here? A couple minutes, right?
A couple minutes is 2, which is what I said I was parked here for. That's not 5. Ma'am, I'm trying to leave.
Well,
So
I'm
you
trying
want-
to get home.
So get home then.
Well,
You're
I
here.
can't because you're in my way.
You're in my way. I want to back up. You being a
This is my
Karen.
property.
This whole
criminally
contract is not your
trespassing.
property. I'm
No.
not trespassing.
I leased this garage.
Okay,
this
and that's
driveway.
fine.
trying to move.
And I'm trying to
Can you
move.
move out
You
the
shouldn't
way?
have
You're
been there
being
in
a
the first
Karen.
place. Do you not understand?
All right.
For 2 minutes? He can't pick up his daughter?
No, that's not a parking
All right,
spot.
all right.
Okay.
Proud.
And you're not in a parking spot. You're actually partially out in the fire lane. So let's film that. How about we do that? No, you're
Look, she's trying to
entitled.
hit him with the car.
That's right, because I'm white and we rule. That's right, because I'm white and we rule. That's right, because I'm white and we rule. That's right, because I'm white and we rule.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's you. That's you, right?
I'm going to call and have you towed.
Ma'am.
And that's what the scriptures talk about, where it say the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. These people just think they ain't never going down, they gonna be ruling forever. And you know, and this is that right there is a prime example of when we be out there on the street corners preaching. And the Edomites walk up and saying, "Well, I didn't do it. We didn't do it. That was people old." No, y'all are the children of them slave owners, and y'all got that in y'all blood. There ain't no denying it. Thus saith the Lord, not me. Now we're gonna finish getting into these scriptures. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, concerning Edom. This is Yahweh speaking, the Most High. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. You know, the Edomites are small among the heathen. Because in Job 30 and I believe Job 30 and 8, he called them base men. We all know the base of anything, even the home, the basement. That's the lowest of the low. Like you say, they were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. There was some Edomites, they was, for a long period of time, they was in them caves. They didn't speak a language, a real language. They make like grunts, like animal sounds. They was crawling around on all fours over all throughout Europe. You know, still to this day, they like to eat meat and stuff with blood in it. Talking about, what you call it? Medium rare. Ain't nothing medium rare. The Most High said you cook all your food to the blood run out. That's how you know these Edomites, because they still got the characteristics of the Edomites, you know what I'm saying, of their forefathers. They are Edomites, shoot. It running their blood. That's why the Most High call them vile. Like they commit bestiality. Like Kanye talking about, if they catch me on camera, if on the goat, he don't care. Yeah, because them Edomites, they into stuff like that. You know, animal loving. That's why not the Most High. That's why if you look up a sculpture of Satan or something, the top part would be a goat, the bottom or the middle part, the chest part would be like a male and a woman. You know what I'm saying? Just wicked. These Edomites, they just out of pocket. You know, they fried. Then it said, verse 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah, and a perfect example of that was that the Edomite I just showed that on that video, talking about we white and we rule. Yo, y'all better keep that same energy on Judgment Day when the Most High come back with them ships and thermonuclear destruction. Keep that same pride, and I pray y'all keep the same pride. And you know, yeah, I just hope y'all keep that pride in the kingdom when we got y'all in the chains. Cause boy, it ain't gonna be nice. Y'all not even gonna be able to speak without permission. Sit, breathe, nothing. Obadiah, hold on, let me see if I needed something for that. Oh yeah, I had to show y'all. So they do it in the cliffs of the cliffs of the rock. That's why they call Caucasians to this day, cause Caucasian means mount dweller. From the Caucasus Mountains. Look, I can search it up. The etymology. Caucasian. Of or pertaining to the Caucasus Mountain. Because that's where y'all come from. By German anthropologists. Yeah, because y'all from over there. And let me show you, because I already had it pulled up on my on here. Look at this. Now that dwell in the cliffs of the rock. Look at the structure. This same structure you can find in old buildings that was set up by Rome. And the what do you call it? The U.S. Capitol buildings all throughout the United States. They have these same structures. They look exactly just like this. I look at them in the cliffs of the rock. And ironically, the rocks are red, or reddish. Y'all see that? And you go to something like that, and then go to, see, right here. I already had it ready. Look at this. Y'all telling me these not the same structures? These pillars, or whatever you want to call it, the architect, just look at it. You telling me that's not this? And if you say no, you a damn lie. That's why I said if we was in court, these documents and these scriptures, they'll condemn you devils. It ain't no way around it. People want to make it seem like us Israelites just coming up and making this stuff up out our ass. No, we studied to show ourselves approved, to make sure our calling and election sure. The Most High said to not to be ignorant of anything, small or great. That's why you got to get into these scriptures and you actually got to do research. Now, the scriptures is the main thing, but you know, like the elders in the process of the great millstone say, you won't understand the mysteries if you don't understand the history. You have to know the history, or just you know what I'm saying, certain stuff like this to break down the scriptures even better, so you can get a clear understanding and break these scriptures down to help edify more brothers and sisters out there just looking for the truth. You know. So let me get back to these scriptures. Say the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high. Whose habitation is high? Who got all the skyscrapers? You know what I'm saying? The skyscrapers, the high rises. You up there on private jets and stuff like that, things of that nature. So-called Edomites. Like, look at downtown. Every downtown got all the tallest buildings. Habitation high. You're not supposed to have a building over 2 stories. These niggas be 100 stories up. Like the Twin Towers. When them planes came crashing down, how was y'all gonna get down? People was out there killing themselves because they wasn't no way down. That's why you're not even supposed to be that high. The Most High don't be making this stuff up for no reason. But you know, this the nature of these devils. They said whose habitation is high. Everywhere you go downtown, in any city or any state, it's gonna look like this. Like, just come on, man. Like I said, if we was in court, you Edomites, so-called Caucasians, y'all would be condemned. These scriptures are pointing right at you of who the Edomites are. So whose habitation is high, they said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And a perfect example is what I just showed y'all in that video with that Edomite talking about we white and we rule. Yeah, okay. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest, slacking, bugs flying. Let me read that again. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, and what it meant by the first of all, we gonna get into though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Now we all know the United States of America national bird, the bald eagle. President John F. Kennedy wrote to the Audubon Society, the founding fathers made an appropriate choice when they selected the bald eagle. Mind you, he just said the founding fathers of America. It's like the founding fathers, which were Edomites, made an appropriate choice when they selected the bald eagle as the emblem of the nation. The fierce beauty and proud. You can't make this up, man. The fierce beauty and proud independence of this great bird. That's crazy. Call Allah, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. Because the truth is in our face. You just got to look for it. You got to read behind the words. The fierce beauty and proud independence of this great bird aptly symbolizes the strength and freedom, quote unquote, freedom of America. Which goes back to the scriptures. And then, I got my Bible right here when it says, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars. Yeah, that was a space race around World War I and World War II. I believe World War II. When they were trying to see the first person to get to the moon. Because this right here. The space race. But when the Most High say, when thou set thy nest amongst the stars, he was talking about these satellites. Because they're trying to control the whole world. They're trying to be able to read, you know what I'm saying, to see what everybody doing, being nosy, getting all the data from your phone, eavesdropping on phone calls. You know what I'm saying? You'll be talking about something, your phone be in your pocket, you'll mess around and get on your phone, you'll see an ad about the thing he was talking about. How was that? Because your phone listening. It's satellites up there, it's sending signals. You know what I'm saying? The CIA, FBI, all them niggas watching. It ain't no freedom here in America. let's be real. But he said, thence will I bring thee down to the, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. And that was in World War II. You know what I'm saying? Because America was getting messed up. Around the World War II. America started getting messed up. They ain't never really lost some, like major wars. You know, but the Most High gonna put some hurt on them boys now. Especially with this World War III. Because they most definitely finna get brought down to the ground. Beyond. Now let me get back to these scriptures. Obadiah 1:5. If these came to thee as robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Yeah, because there's a thing called deforestation. There won't be a thing known as deforestation if the Edomites weren't so greedy. Instead of cutting down all the trees, you know what I'm saying, building concrete and bricks all over the place, destroying the earth, destroying the air. That's why the Most High said when these Edomites, these devils get brought down and the Israelites get put back in power, the trees is going to rejoice. You know what I'm saying? Because we are one with nature. We was made from the earth. And these Edomites, they were created to destroy the earth. You know? Let me keep going. Oh yeah, and even what's that scripture? I believe I had it. You know what I'm saying? The Edomites, they stole our homeland. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, they even stole us. They stole us, our homeland, our identity, our nationality. They stole everything from us. You know? That's why I say, man, these people gotta go. It was a certain scripture I was looking for where it said they spoil a man and his inheritance. Oh, boom, Micah 2:2. And they covered fields and take them by violence. Yeah, because what they did, they pursued us with the sword. You know what I'm saying? They had guns and stuff like that. Even with the so-called Native Americans, the Northern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom. How they took over America? Because the Northern Kingdom, they was using bows, axes, daggers, knives. You know what I'm saying? They was using like real life agriculture tools, real warriors. Then you got these punk ass Edomites coming over here and took over their land with guns, smallpox on blankets. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of wickedness. They just don't fight fair with their whole ass. Esau Edom like the bully in the neighborhood who low-key really scared with bullying all the younger kids in the neighborhood until that big brother come back, which would be a house shot to us. Then the ass gonna get to running and tucking their tail after all this time talking about they was tough. The Most High finna show y'all something. But let me continue. It say and they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Yeah, because some pussy ass Edomites, they stole our heritage. They stole everything from us. They stole our identity. They talking about they Jews. You know, and damn well they ain't Jews. Y'all can't even stand in the sun for probably an hour. I'll give y'all an hour without y'all burning up or y'all skin start to peel or something. But y'all over there in our land. The so-called Jews today, they got the highest rate of skin cancer because they stupid ass not supposed to be in our land. They skin not built for it. Even nature weaken y'all like. Nature's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Nature gonna take its course by any means. What's wrong with y'all? And I believe I had another scripture. Habakkuk 2:6. Habakkuk 2:6, KJV. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him, woe meaning destruction, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Yeah, and the thick clay right there they talking about is debt. Is the national debt of the United States of America. Let me get that on the blue letter real quick so you can see I'm not just making this up. Habakkuk What was it? 2 and 6. Yep. 2 and 6, where it says clay. Laden himself with thick clay. Clay.
Strong's H 5671. Avteet. Avteet.
Aptit. That's probably not how you say it, but that's how they pronounce it. But as you go down here, that's what it say. Heavy debts. And we all know that America's in debt, because that's what's been on the rules on the news lately. The debt ceiling of America, them talking about they can't pay their bills because they're running out of money. You know what I'm saying? At first it was set to June 1st, then they pushed it back to June 5th. Cause it's all Bible prophecy. Cause they can't come up with a certain similar solution. But if it's all about the people, if it's all about America, you know, and the people, why y'all can't sit down like normal men and real men and come to a conclusion to help the people of y'all state? They don't really care. But then again, it's all Bible prophecy. The Most High said He control the minds of kings, and they in His hand like waters and stuff like that. The Most High set all this stuff up. You know. So let me get back to Obadiah 1. And where will we? 6. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And yeah, and that's been done by the elect of the nation of Israel waking up. You know, we finding out our true identity, our nationality, and who we really are throughout through these scriptures, through the power of the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, through the Ruach Kadash. You know, and what you come to find out is, once you find out who you are, if the Most High is stepping with you, you will find out who our enemies are, and who the other nations are, and who they go back to. And we didn't figure out through the spirit power in the spirit. We didn't figure it out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah that the Edomites, or the so-called Caucasians, are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of, the devil. You know, the left-hand side, who the Most High uses to punish his children, because we went off. That's why like the scriptures say, the Most High chastising it whom He loveth. And another scripture says that we are the only family that He's known on the face of the earth, so therefore He's gonna punish us for our iniquities. He's not worried about what the other nations are doing. If you got a child and you go outside and you tell them not to go past a street light, you know, or it'll be in by the time the street lights come on, you ain't finna go outside and worry about what everybody else's children doing. You know, you finna go out there and worry about what your children doing. If you do pass that street light, or if you do not come in when you tell them to come in the house. You know, the Heavenly Father is what is in His name, a father. And you gotta chastise your kid. That's why He said, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Because once you find out all this truth, a lot of hell gonna be put on you. Because He's chastising it to whom He loveth. You know. When they say how are his hidden things sought up, yeah, because we going back through all the history, the iconoclasm, you know, all the stuff that they done did to try to hide the fact that we are the true children of the Bible, the real Israelites. You know, the blackest, you know, the so-called Negroes, so-called Haitians. What is it, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi? Yeah, the so-called West Indians, you know, the real Jews that the Bible speaks of. Not them small hatters over there in our land. You know? Let me keep going. Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in him. Yeah, because as you see, as the scripture said, the allies of America, so-called NATO, not so-called NATO, is NATO, it's prophesied that the people that's in alliance with America is going to turn against America. And that's why the Most High stated, what was it? Not the Most High. That's why Yahweh said in Revelation 17 and 16, I'm going to get it. Let me get that first real quick. Revelation 17 and 16. See victory of the Lamb. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which shall hate the whore, and the whore will be American, so-called Babylon the Great, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Yeah, because it's prophesied that the alliance of the people that's in alliance with America is eventually going to turn against America and shoot missiles towards America. We don't know how exactly it's going to happen, but it's prophesied that it's going to happen. You know, so we got to just keep our eyes open, stay vigilant, and stay sober, like the scripture says. You know, we can get back to Obadiah. Where we at? 8. Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? Yeah, which would be like the Donald Trumps, Joe Bidens, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, you know, them wicked ass Edomites and people like that with all the money and the power. Especially people like Bill Gates who up there buying up all the farmlands and then selling, trying to sell 3D printed meat and GMO meats and plant-based meat and all this other stuff like that. When the plants, not even real plants, with all the pesticides and stuff and things on it. Then you got Elon Musk coming out with all these different chips, which playing, you know what I'm saying? Them two really play a major role in a lot of this stuff that's going to get ready to take place too. But people too blind to the fact that we in the end days. Everybody want to continue living their life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to continue just keep going on with everything that they doing. You know. But that's why the most I say. The day, what was it say that the Son of Man and Noah? Let me see. Son of Man. Let's see. Coming. Let me see. Oh, Matthew 24 and 37. Let me go get that in the blue letter. Oh yeah, 8. Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and 37. But of the right here. But of the day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Well, let me go over a couple verses. Well, yeah, let me stay at 36. Well, 37 now. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So I can read that again. Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in that day they were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill. There should be two people will be at work, or two women will be at work, and one should be taken, and the other one left, which is the elect, the 1/3. And then it says, and two shall be in the field, and one shall be taken. Yeah, that's ultimately the elect getting called up again, beaten up in the chariots. You know. So what was I in Obadiah real quick? Yeah, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, said understanding of the mind of Esau? Yeah, but yeah, that was the point though. A lot of people, they out here living their life while, you know what I'm saying? The prophets be out there on the street corners, everybody just be walking past them, acting like they don't see them. You know, that's the same thing they did to Noah when he was out there preaching them that the flood was coming, and everybody just denied it until that time came and it was too late and they all died. It's gonna be the same thing now. That's why we tell people to get into these scriptures and to study to show thyself approved. Just because you know you're an Israelite, you know the name, you know what I'm saying? You probably know a few breakdowns, don't mean you can get saved. It don't mean you will be saved. He said, study to show thyself approved to make sure your calling and election is sure. You gotta be diligent in this work. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I had to start doing my videos myself. I'm not just gonna sit and talk like I'm all perfect. But you know, everybody got to start somewhere. So we all, you know what I'm saying? So I'm starting. Let me get back to Obadiah. Obadiah 1. We left off at 8. Yeah. Shall I not in that day said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty man, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. It say every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by fire. Yeah, and Esau, Edom predominantly habitate the Northern America. You know, Babylon the Great. And you know, Teman and Magog, they the main ones that's gonna be shooting missiles over here to destroy this place. That's why I say they should be cut off by slaughter. Yeah, and with fire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the missiles. Obadiah 1 and 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. And I believe this is around 70 AD, around the siege of Jerusalem, when they came, when they raided our homeland. They was burning they burned down the temples and everything. It was a big slaughter out there. A lot of people died. The ones that did stay, and a lot of people fled into fled into Africa. You can read that in the book of what was that? Timbuktu. Oh, from Babylon to Timbuktu. We'll say the market was full of black Jewish slaves, and over 1 million some Jews had fled into Africa or something like that. Yeah, because we was fleeing from Roman persecution. You know. Let me keep going. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gates of thy people, of my people, in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered neither shouldest thou have delivered up those in his that did remain in the day of distress. Yeah, you can do that by going to just look up the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, and you will be able to find a lot of key pieces that goes in with these scriptures. That's why I say you gotta understand the history in order to understand the mystery, as the Apostle Tar say. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Oh, but hold on real quick, because I did have to show y'all something. I know I'm tripping. It say he laid his hands on our substance. Yeah, let me show y'all real quick. Let's talk this right here. The ark of Titus. If I can find the right picture. See, look. See what they carrying? Those are all objects stolen from the Jews, stolen out of the temple. You know? And as you see, who's carrying them out of the temple? So-called Edomites, these Romans. With their hands on our stuff. And then y'all boasting about it by making an ark about it and having it built up and keeping it up. If the so-called Edomites over there, them small headers in our land today, if they the people, why would they leave something like this up, but they calling us anti-Semitic? You know, these are people right here that took y'all down, supposedly. But y'all got stuff like this still out and about, still being built. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense to me. So, what was I? Obadiah 15. The days of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk, Salaki, talking too fast. Obadiah 1:16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall all drink. And I'm talking about every single one of them. Every single one of them. We done been in captivity pretty much under every nation under the sun for our disobedience and going off and following different gods, not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. That was us. We did that, and the Most High set us up under all these different nations, you know. So to eventually, you know, like as the Most High say, whoever leading, not the Most High, Yahweh shall say, whoever leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Every single nation under the sun had us in captivity, and when the Most High come back, everybody under the sun is finna be under subjection to the Israelites forever. You know, so y'all gonna drink this cup, trust me. And they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. And that's talking about Esau, Edom. But upon Mount Zion, which is the Israelites, shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall be a possess. Salakia. I'm messing about all type of scriptures today. Obadiah 1:17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob, Salaki, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any, not one, any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh, the heavenly Father, hath spoken it. You know, and this right here, they're going to be slaves, you know what I'm saying, under us after 1,000 years. The Most High going to bound them up, and he's going to destroy them. You know, and that's the judgment in the future prophecy of these Edomites, which is well deserved. You know. Where should I go back to? But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. Where is that in Revelation? I'm going to get it for y'all real quick. Those who lead it. Revelation 13:10. I ain't even had to type it in. I typed it before. Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. You know, so y'all going into captivity. The people that had us into captivity and had us in captivity, y'all going into captivity under us. And it ain't gonna be nice. It's gonna be 10 times worse. If they double according to her double, let me get that. Revelation 18:6. Yeah, Revelation 18:6. Reward her as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, according to her works, in the cup which she has filled, fill it to her double. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. That's how you know Israelites are so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American folks wrote this Bible. So-called Caucasians or Edomites, they don't got no flavor when they talk like this. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk with slang. They straight to the point. Hey, Bill, you know what I'm saying? How's your day going? No. We come in the building. Hey, what's going down? You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know what I'm saying? We always talk like this from then to now. We just got different languages. Revelation 18:7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Yeah, that's why the Most High said, where it go? Obadiah 1 and 3. The proud of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's these Edomites, so-called Caucasians today. You know, it's the same thing in all these books. People don't like to read the Old Testament, where the Old Testament is prophecy in the building steps to the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? Everything Yahweh Shah said he fulfilled was coming and being fulfilled out of the Old Testament, because the Old Testament was written of him. That's why he said he comes in the volume of the book. And if I say a volume of something, volumes mean whole, the whole book, not old, not New Testament only, not Old Testament only, both, including the Apocrypha, the volume, the whole book. Let me get back to Obadiah. 15, 17, 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh had spoken it. So this judgment is inevitable. I had to pull it up on my in my photos on the Bible dictionary from y'all, the Edomite scholars, the New Compact Bible Dictionary. These are Edomite scholars, and they wrote this. This is Edom in the New Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgment. See notably Isaiah 3 and 5, 6, 63 and 30, 63 and 1. It says she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from Yahweh. See, the Edomites are through, and they just came out of y'all own mouth. That's y'all scholars. Those are Edomite scholars that wrote that book. Back to where I was. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, which is the kingdom of Judah, because Judah is the southern kingdom, and the Israelites, the so-called Hispanics and Native Indians, they was the northern kingdom before we had you know what I'm saying, after we had split. So it says, and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, the Africans, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Shepherd, shall possess the cities of the south. That's why the Most High say, you know what I'm saying? And all this to show that the Most High still love us. All the hell he put on us, the slavery, you know, the rap music that we got pushed up out here, you know, the food, you know what I'm saying, to the food we eat, like everything out here is just against us, even our own women, you know. And that's not, you can't find it nowhere else but in the nation of Israel, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know. But the Most High is going to bless us with all these things. These Edomites and these other nations took everything from us. We're going to get in the power, take back our own land, and we're going to take back theirs on top of that. And on top of that, we're going to have them under subjection to us forever. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High still loves his people, you know what I'm saying? And his book is only written for the Israelites, by the Israelites. This has nothing to do with no other nation. You know what I'm saying? But it do tells y'all future prophecy. Y'all prophecies, or the future prophecy of these nations and what's going to happen to these nations in the end times. But not the end times, in the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be the kingdom for us, because Edom is in his kingdom. In the kingdom of heaven right now. Which, you know what I'm saying, which is just pleasure. They get all their pleasures right now. They got all the riches. You know what I'm saying? They dwell in the goodest parts of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They just got it all. They got everything. And us right now, we in our hell. You know what I'm saying? Just a low, difficult, you know what I'm saying, position to be in. We are the, you know what I'm saying, we the lowest of the lows of the people, but you know what I'm saying, everybody always look up to us. You know what I'm saying? Just look at sports. We dominate everything. Music, we dominate everything in our lower state. And just imagine in the kingdom when we got it, you know, so like you know what I'm saying, when we get our bodies upgraded. You know what I'm saying? We, you know what I'm saying, we turn to like real life. Then we're gonna be a kingdom of, a kingdoms of God. You know, we're gonna take over the world again. So just imagine how much more talent. You know what I'm saying? What should I say? Like talent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just imagine how much more talent we have. I can't even come up with like another word for that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be real. Oh, our talent and our glory. That's what I should say. Like our glory is going. It's something that we can't even imagine right now. Let me finish this real quick. Oh, verse 21. Yeah, just one more verse. And the saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. What I was talking about, let me see if I can find that scripture. Say he haven't put things in their mind of those that love him. What is that scripture? It's an apocrypha. Oh, it is this one. 1 Corinthians 2:9. I'm thinking it's an apocrypha. But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ears have heard, neither have entered into the hearts of men the things which God hath prepared for them that love Him, and which is the kingdom of heaven. And our people cannot see it because our people instead want to praise and worship a white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And I still can't get it in my head. How can a black man pray to a white God? But try to, you know what I'm saying? But try to feel inferior in this white man's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get rich in this white man's kingdom. That ain't gonna work. That's just not gonna work. But then we come and tell them these scriptures, or bring them the scriptures that we the Israelites and we the chosen people, they want to deny it because they done been so brainwashed and fucked up throughout this system in society that these Edomites done put up, that we just can't even see that we the people of the Bible, or we got a great reward coming to us for all the hell we done been through, you know. But yeah, that was a breakdown of Obadiah 1. Someone wanted to get on here and break this down for y'all real quick. You know, I got a head back in here. But yeah, with that being said, Shalom.